I just saw a couple interesting video clips of Muslim girls living in the West, and they have some thoughts and misunderstandings, I think. So I just like to clear it up, give my opinion, and get your thoughts on this. This could be Westerners, Muslims, anybody, because I'm Canadian, so living in the West, I like, a harmonious culture. So let's just see what she's saying in this first one, then I'll comment on it.
Excuse me, why you don't eat pork? It's so delicious.
Because I don't want to put garbage in my body. I don't want to poison myself.
What? So you mean who eats pork are eating garbage?
Listen, I used to eat pork before I became Muslim. I know what it tastes like. But Allah told us not to eat pork, and that's the reason why I stopped. He knows what's best for us. Imagine if I walked up to a vegetarian and I asked them, "Excuse me, why you don't eat chicken? It's so delicious." They would be offended. And you know what's funny? According to the World Health Organization, bacon and ham are in the same cancer risk category as smoking. But suddenly, when I decide to stop eating pork, it's everyone's business and I'm extreme. Why do you think that is?
Okay, so I'm going to answer that. The first thing is, and I think maybe you'll find this good news, not eating pork. I mean, Jewish people don't eat pork. I don't care about that. That's not really my business. It's not that interesting. I think if you're living in the West, like maybe you'll find some comments or like, online or whatever. I don't think it's a big deal to not eat pork. And I don't think people think that's extreme. And that's not really a problem that they're having. I mean, you gave, I think, a pretty good example about the vegetarians and asking them about eating chicken. The only thing I would say to that is like when you say, that would be offensive to ask, I would say that's annoying. I don't think it's that offensive, but maybe I'm splitting hairs there. But I don't think people, you seem like a nice person. I don't have like if that's I don't know this person at all, but like I don't know. I think most people don't really care about that. That's not what they're referring to. I will get to this later in the video what we are referring to. But before that, I just want to comment on this. So far, like that's not at all the extreme part that people are talking about. Let's see what she has to say.
Islamophobia is not random, it was designed, it was created on purpose. Movies, news, politics all repeating the same script. For decades, Muslims were painted as dangerous and terrorists, stripped of their humanity. And do you know why? So later, anything could be done to them and the world will stay silent. What's happening?
All right. So she's saying that Muslims are painted as, and I guess you shouldn't say the word extremists, basically. And this is by design so that, when the world attacks them, then everybody's silent because of, movies, culture, everything's painted them into a corner as being evil. And there's probably some truth to that. But I just want to point out another side because I like to think I don't buy into any of the hype or the propaganda. At least I certainly try not to. But I just took a few photos of things that I guess go to both videos and I would have questions for. So I am in my mid 40s. And when uh, I was like 20 something when 9/11 happened. And before then, I don't remember anyone in the West really talking about Muslims at all. And obviously, this isn't like every Muslim did it, but it was a huge event in the West. And it really did, I would say, bother people and freak them out and sort of put them on the map, maybe unfairly, but in a bad way. And this was definitely a freakish thing. And all never forget how I felt and everybody else felt just watching this. Like, wait, who took planes and flew them into what? Because what? Like, it was really bad. And this did happen. So no matter what the cause was, this wasn't just hyped up. I mean, people felt this on their own. Another thing, like this is a picture in Saudi Arabia, and like to have public beheadings, you know. I mean, if you're not into this, this is really not like, this is the government doing it. And this is just something that like really turns people off to just have anything to do with it. I don't care what this person did. I mean, this is like medieval stuff, right? You're going to chop the person's head off Um, like, you know, I mean, I don't know what else to say. Just that's the kind of thing. It's not the not eating pork, and it's not just all made up. It's that. Here's something that's more benign. This was taken in Canada. This is a bunch of Muslim, I think mainly men, doesn't matter. It's in a downtown street in Toronto praying. It was blocking traffic, so that, I mean, you can't put this on par with the beheadings or the 9/11, but this is annoying because it blocks traffic, and it just feels like, you know, if you're not involved in this, you feel like the culture is going backwards. You know, if you want to pray all the time, you have your own mosque, your own house, like doing it in large groups out in public. If this gets bigger and bigger, I think if you're being open minded, you can see that that would be kind of annoying to some and worrisome, like to think this isn't really where we want to go. It doesn't matter what religion you have, just it's not really like a modern type of behavior. This one's terrible. I made a video. You should check it out if you haven't seen it. This guy, a popular Islamic scholar, millions of followers, he says, basically, if you, I won't say the word, but you assault a woman and she's not dressed appropriately according to Allah's definition, which is, I don't know, a burqa or close to it, then, like the guy shouldn't do this behavior, but the girl shouldn't either. And both of them are going to be judged. So he did bad, sure. But like, she wasn't dressed properly. So she's got some explaining to do too. And, this kind of thing really puts people off because if you just don't believe in this, it's psychotic, right? It's like, it's just absolutely disgusting because like for our women wearing like jeans and a t-shirt, and you think, well, yeah, you shouldn't do that, but hey, let's face it, you know that's bad. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. Nobody's ever going to think it's bad. So like that's another issue. Again, not the pork thing. It's not a like these are all real things that people are bothered by. And then here's like probably the most benign, but still, like washing your feet in public bathrooms, because it's something I forgot, doing it before prayer. But like, I mean, I don't know. That's kind of a bridge too far for most people. Kind of dirty, I guess. I don't want to put too much of a thing on it, but it like this is way worse for most people than your dietary choices. Just doesn't, I guess, for a lot of people, including myself, seem to belong in a modern society that much. Hopefully, there's another solution for it because I have seen this, by the way. Um, I didn't say anything. I'm not going to be rude about it, but I don't love it. Anyway, so I like the two girls in the videos, so I don't have a problem with them, but just wanted to, share some thoughts, see what other people think, and curious what you think. Share the video, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.